Well, welcome to the second Mod Mailroom. I hope you enjoy your stay. We got a lot to talk about, more or less. And a lot of new sounds. Again, Arkin doing all the work. We got sounds for footsteps, jump landing sounds, gear rustling. Like, going ADS now has a sound. Aiming in it, yeah. There's new sound. There's a new sound for glass breaking, explosions. Oh god, the grenade sounds just The honey badge reload's been fixed, the Rex sounds, the M16A3, AK-47, Deagle. I'm only halfway through, man. FAMAS sounds, new rank up music, notification sounds, menu room ambience, fall damage sounds, crouching, standing, lowering your gun to sprint, lifting it after sprinting sounds, unlocking a thing sounds, vaulting over an object. It's all it makes sound. It's great. Was I getting too passionate there?
A little bit.
Just a little.
Scotter tries to explain Phantom Forces, but with every word he gets increasingly more zealous.
I feel like the grenade sounds are a little bit loud.
They need to be louder.
My problem with it, the only problem I have with it is the echo goes on too long. I think it's great being loud, because that tells you, oh, that's a grenade.
Another thing we've been doing with the footsteps in general, Ericon split them up into third-person and first-person sounds. Your first-person sounds will be very quiet. They will be solely there for aesthetic purposes. Third-person sounds, however, you will be able to hear the enemies louder than your friendlies. So, I'm hoping this introduces a new aspect of actually paying attention to sounds. For footstep sounds, we have changed how they all behave a little bit. Now there will be a sound dependent on what gun you're holding. So, you will have the normal footstep sounds. If you listen closely, you can hear all the equipment rustling of holding an AKM. However, if you were to... No, don't actually let me... One sec. If you were to go to a different gun, I believe the revolver has them as well. Its own separate sounds. We're not quite done with giving every class its own separate sounds, but this has a tiny little bit of a different rustle sound. It still has a normal footstep sound, but it has a different rustle sound for when you're moving. What we also did is we made footsteps dependent on the speed you're running at. So, you have this speed, which is really quiet. If you crouch, a lot quieter. And he's prone, can't hear it. If you sprint very fast, it gets louder. I believe that's more representative of sound feedback. I feel like a major feature that we were missing beforehand was sound feedback. There was no sound for each what you were actually doing. It was just, oh, you're walking. There was no, oh, I'm sprinting, I'm aiming. It is subtle little sounds that I believe heavily increase the fidelity of the game. Also, grenade sounds are based on distance. So if you're far away, they'll have a quieter sound, and if you go really far away, they won't make any sound. And right up close, they'll scare you to death, like a grenade should.
Well, if you're up close to a grenade, you're dead.
well, that too, but also there is a falling sound. We should give a sound to lights breaking.
The problem is, people on Reddit were trying to suggest to us, like, hey, we turn down the reload, or increase reload times on magazines, and hey, do all this that requires the animator, which we don't have, and no one has except for Lido.
Speaking of
who
which,
won't talk to us.
It is practically, I'm sorry to say this, but it's practically, not really practically, it's just really hard for us to buff or nerf reload times because
it literally would require us to reanimate the reload.
Make the M4 great again. We kinda did. We want to change a whole bunch of the starter weapons. We split up the starter weapons for the assault and support classes. The support classes for right now has a temporary starter. I need to change that. But for right now, for assault, the M4 starter has been replaced for new players. The M4A1 he will be in a rank 0 unlock, will be fully automatic. The M4 will be a rank 14 burst alternative. You will have burst mode, you will have better damage, and you will have better in some regards, but weaker in some regards. I'm trying to redesign the M4 as a M4A1 alternative. Starting the game off with a burst-only weapon was not particularly the way we wanted to go. Speaking of spawning, I want to add a call to team spawning so that you cannot team spawn on a person with less than 100 HP.
Less than 80 HP.
Come on,
Yeah.
we talked about it.
Do we really?
Less than 80 HP is what I would want to see that be.
Yeah, that's fair. It just has to be some sort of health value, because this solves the problem of people lagging and spawning on people that are already dead. Because even if they're lagging and they still are considered as a spawn point, they have 0 health, so you can't spawn on them.
We fixed most of the alignment issues, by the way.
Already?
We're not done with them, but we fixed some major ones.
Yeah.
The VSS had completely unusable sites.
Most notably, yeah.
Like,
that was
oh
fucking-
god.
Oh god. Shay, what were you doing?
For forced respawning, I want to separate it into 2 things. I want to separate it into holding it down so you can respawn without a death, and tapping it so it'll kill you. Let's say you're in a firefight and you want to be a little bitch and you just want to F5 and get out of it. But that'll suicide. Let's say you spawn in the spawn box by accident and you're legitimately bugged and you need to force respawn. You hold F5 for 10 seconds and it doesn't count it as a death. It just resets you.
We're probably not going to be touching the AUGs from here on out. We've pretty much balanced them. I mean, balance-wise, yeah, no, we feel like we've balanced the AUGs in CTE. They're in a good position and they're doing good things. And no, we're never going to remove the battle track permanently. That's a freaking meme. Gotta keep that PG rating.
Okay, M60. A while ago we talked about changing the M60 starter weapon.
We almost...
Or rather, the support
CCE.
class starter weapon. We don't know what to do with that. We have several ideas, and all of them sound good, but we were thinking about splitting the M60 up into an M60 with a 50-round box mag, and then an M60 with a 100-round box mag. And the M60 with a 100-round box mag will not be rank 0, but while the one with 50 bullets per magazine will be.
Oh! One thing we should explain. Prestigious does sound like no. We can't do prestigious. Can we do prestigious?
That dude,
Sort
I'm
of.
rank 140, dude. I don't want to reset my progress. I know a lot of people are like rank 300. How would we compensate for that?
Well, asymmetrical game modes ever be a thing? Gun game, gun game, gun game, gun game, gun game, gun game, gun game. What map do you think would be good for gun game? We could go back and remake a Modern Warfare 2 map. Capture the flag? No thank you. That's boring. Zombies? No.
Payload? Oh, payload! Are we allowed to talk about anything?
No.
No, we're not. Let that be your hint, you cucks.
Wait, what? Sorry.
Are we allowed to talk about
Revise
anything like,
episode.
cough cough payload? Cough cough?
I mean the map's there, just needs to be worked on as well as the game mode.
Will suppression assists ever be a thing? Didn't they used to be?
I
I swear they used to be.
I don't remember there being one.
Yeah, no, I don't remember that either. I don't know what you're on about, Hypo, but
I
that
don't know,
sounds
maybe I'm
like
dumb.
a good idea. Headhunter game mode like Halo. You see, the thing is with game modes, that requires Lido. That would require Lido stop watching anime. Oh,
Not gonna happen.
yeah, it's not gonna happen. Not for a while, man. He needs to like really run out of anime, and I'm pretty sure Lido has a lot of anime.
There's an infinite supply of anime.
My Lido. Oh boy. Secret animations.
No,
Again, we don't
No.
have an animator. Please.
No. we're not doing secret animations.
Add search and destroy. No. I don't think that'll
No.
fit the map we have at the moment. Plus,
No,
I don't
plus
think
that,
we're gonna lighten
the
up being
fact
able to
is
respawn.
that Search and destroy, as it was saying in Call of the Block, was absolutely boring. Seriously, it was tried and it does not work.
There will be a evolution, but it will not be large scale.
eventually.
We won't have Rainbow Six Siege destruction. Sorry.
You won't have Rainbow Six Siege destruction.
have
We
Bad
won't even
Company
have Bad
2
Company
destruction
2 destruction. The closest thing you're gonna get to that kind of thing is blow upable walls. For
Explodable
instance,
walls.
I wanted to do a metro style map entirely of all the subway tunnels underground. I think Levolution would fit that map in particular solely because you could throw grenades at a wall, and if you threw
A
grenades at a
apartment
wall,
block with Levolution on the walls between apartments so you can muscle.
yeah. What I've been trying to do lately is fix a whole bunch of the skin zones for guns that desperately need them to be fixed. Deagle is messed up. Scar H was messed up. Agent's probably gonna really like that I fixed the Deagle. It's not the way I wanted it to fix it, but better, so don't bully me.
Anyway, yeah, the skin zones are fixed. Look at that. It just looks better. It just. Oh, and do attachments have skins now as well?
Sort of. We can basically force it to work. On a few guns we've done this. Did it on the Scar PDW as a test, and the guns that are probably going to be seeing it the most are the Scar SSR, which desperately needs to have its script colored, and the Algae 3, A2, and A1.
Anything else we need to talk?
Yeah, I need to show Agent John the Deagle so he can stop being triggered.
Oh.
Okay, so Deagle in particular, I want to talk about this real quick. It's a big mess. What I originally wanted to do is for the Deagle, I wanted to separate it so you could color the slide to be one color, and the handle will be a different color, like on the M1911, how you can color the top different and the bottom different. Unfortunately, the way that Shay did the Deagle, it's not set up to work like that. The Deagle has this mess where 95% of the gun is one part. What I did is I just gave the entirety of the gun slot 1, and then gave the magazine slot 2, as well as a little side of the handle. It's not exactly what I wanted to do, and I will probably have to redo it once Shay makes a .50 Deagle. But that won't happen anytime soon. I still need to fix the Rex, and
I haven't made a new one yet. That's the problem.
A few of the meshes I need to redo entirely, or have Shay redo them. I wanted to try the G36 and the G36C, but those aren't skin zone problems. Those are just broken. Oh, most notably, the M93R. Its handle on it, I can't fix.
Mar is working on another case. Yeah, I'll point that out. Oh, and again, the wood crate is finished. It's great. Buy it now. XD, don't actually. Get it?
Can you add knife skins? There already are knife skins, they're just not enabled, and I'm pretty sure Little doesn't have them on for a reason. I'll have to talk to him about why that is, but...
He had them on in the test place, and they worked fine there.
Something changed, and I don't know what changed. But we'll figure it out.
Lido doesn't want to monetize knives because he monetizes everything else. Although character customization is planned, we don't know anything about that.
I don't think it'll be anything head-related, and I honestly don't want it to be. I
want my frying pan melee.
I'm very, very against having hats in the game.
But hats.
There's gonna be what? It's not gonna be default Roblox. It's not gonna be the Roblox store hats. But...
Oh no! I mean, like if it's helmets and stuff, I'm fine with that. But I'm not adding like pal hair and all that.
No, we're not.
We're not adding
Roblox hair is not coming.
Yeah.
Will there be any sort of announcer system?
Not likely.
We were talking about doing voice packs, just on it as off the side thing. It probably will never go into the main game, but we were thinking about having different voice packs, so you could have one character sound like one thing and one character sound like another thing. Yeah. So, like spotting would have a sound, as well as having the spotting sound.
It would have a voice line, like, hey, I see a guy in those bushes holding a radioactive Twinkie. The problem with voices, like I said, there is really no way to do it on Roblox without being uber cheesy. for something like this because it's supposed to be a somewhat realistic modern shooter, and soldiers swear like sailors. It's like,
I don't think Roblox
somebody
would
kill
like-
these I'm getting pinned down.
Somebody
just
kill
can't do
these
that.
ODers. They're asking me for Robux. Yeah, no, there's no way you can.
You fixed it. Good job.
We can't make a conflict on Roblox, man.
When will the new cases be skin cases be added?
That is questionable. Hopefully, they will be added to the main game soon.
I'm pretty sure they will be. We have to fix key icon for the DR and the case icon for the DR. Wood case and the wood keys both have supplementary pictures right now, but I might want to keep those and do a little bit of an edit to them. Also, I want to change the Deagle inspect animation.
That would still require access to the.
It would, but I really want to give it the Counter-Strike animation, inspect animation, where he flips it in his hand.
Well, Mar basically just said we nerf the compensator and buff the muzzle brake a little bit. We can't change those things too much because changing those can break some guns and make some guns really good. We tried to do some illegal Chinese steel core rounds and lighter magazines for the SKS. Nobody really noticed. Yeah, compensator would break some guns. Muzzle brake would break some guns. The balance is like really hard to do.
no flashlight, sorry. Once I fix all the lighting problems on maps, you won't have anything to use a flashlight on anyway. The VSS will never be getting extended mags.
Oh yeah, we added the .50 Action Express for the Deagle. That's so you can blow your hands off virtually. It's real good fun. We should probably do something with like a heavy barrel attachment. That sounds easy.
Banana mags for the AKs.
But you're not getting tags.
We need
Banana mags for the AKs might be coming soon. Or might not be.
We just have to animate a banana.
No, we just have to add a mag node.
Oh, also, speaking of extended magazines, when the f are we gonna fix the fact that the L86, when you throw the extended mag, does less damage? I know Hypo coded that. I was just wondering, when are we gonna fix that?
I'll change it to range-based. Actually, no, I'll just pull extended mags off it entirely.
Yeah, no, it's with the way the L86 works, it feels kind of weird having a 50-round light machine gun DMR.
For the G18, oh god. I don't... it needs some sort of buff.
We're thinking about adding an extended mag for it, but making the extended mag make it a bit unstable. And by a bit, I mean...
Oh, dude, it won't be a bit. It'll basically be an M231, but it's a secondary.
Pretty much.
Oh man, I love Modern Warfare 2.
For attachments, we have pulled a few attachments off guns that did not need them or did not have anything to do to them. Most notably, you can no longer mount any kinds of grip on the MP7 or the PDW. Or P90. Scar PDW, we'll keep them for right now.
RIP.
Probably will keep them. Dragonov got its barrel attachments. We just full on removed them. Because you shouldn't have been able to
It's internally
touch Dragonov
suppressed.
to it, or a suppressor to an integrated suppressor in the first place. A whole bunch of these small little fixes for guns that really should have happened.
On extra guns and such of the things, you may have noticed in the CTE place at one point there was an HK417 and an IZH double barrel shotgun. And the thing about those animations and finishing those models is that we really do take time to make our models, and those were placeholders we got commissioned from good, respectable people in the community who I cannot actually name right now because I'm a cuck.
I figure this is as good a time as any to announce the gun set. Do you agree,
hi.
Heka?
Okay, you're just handing this off to me. Okay. Since the new map is based in Asia, specifically South Korean airport, we figured that right now would be a good time to add guns the community has been requesting for quite a long time, but never got a response on. And that's the Daewoo series of rifles, like the K2, K7, a couple others. I don't know which one Shay's gonna make besides the K2 and K7 and another rifle from
He's making the K14, which is a sniper rifle.
Yeah.
So the plans for the AK-12, we want to split up the AK-12 into having the regular AK-12 with a 7.62mm attachment, which will modify the magazine and barrel of the gun. You will have an AK-12, 7.62, and you also have an AK-15 that starts off with 7.62, which will be different for the sole purpose of classification. Along with this, we're going to split up, hopefully, if Shay makes. Hopefully Shay will redo all the AK-12s, and since they're all relatively the same in terms of receiver, all that we'll need to do is change the barrel and the magazine, and we could do a .308 DMR version of the AK-12, a 5.56 LMG version of the AK-12. Shay, can you talk about the K series of guns right now?
So I went through the Korean, just Wikipedia. I went on Wikipedia and looked at Daewoo weapons, and I plan on making the K1, K2. These would be upgraded, so the K1A, K2A, K2, whatever. The K5, the K7, the K14, and maybe the K3 if I really feeling like I should make the K3.
Battle rifles. I still want to do an HK very badly. I don't know when that's gonna happen.
Thompson or an MP40? Shay?
Probably not.
Not MPF.
None.
I have, maybe. I mean, it depends on if I feel like making a model for that.
You could always put the PPSH 41 in the 35 round stick.
Yeah.
No.
Man, we can be APOC too. Except our game is good.
Speaking of shotguns, I got access to put in a change in the framework. That means that mag-fed shotguns are now possible in main PF.
Yes. So that's what was going on with the AA-12.
Shay, you just need to make your AA-12 fatter.
Yeah.
You just need to make your AA-12 look good and figure out how to put optics on it.
So yeah, the AA-12 is coming soon. TM, pretty soon. TM
What?
Actually. I heard someone ask about a bow and arrow, and I would like to briefly say that is a dream of ours. But that is something that will probably be almost completely dependent upon Lido, like, sitting down for a day or two and working on this game. And him being in college and really, working hard on college. I don't see that happening for a while.
Actually, New has a good idea, the HK-21 light machine gun, because it's a drum mag fed light machine gun.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, I love that thing.
Just give it the Scar Hammer animations.
AA-12, we already talked about it. It's coming really soon at TM. A 5.7 soon TM, a double barrel shotgun. We tried that in the test place, and the problem with that, again, is we do not have an animation editor that can really push out a double barrel animation. Special alpha testers only weapons, that would be mean synthesize.
Yeah, if that ever happens, it'll be the Sten Mark III again.
Actually, yeah, that probably would be it. Just bring back the alpha guns for alpha testers.
Well, only the Sten Mark III, because the other guns need to be re-added as
Wait.
public guns.
Add veteran guns. Maybe that should be...
No.
Yeah, no, never mind.
Content should not be locked off behind you having played the game beforehand. The only reason I think the Sten Mark III could maybe be an alpha tester weapon, because I seriously doubt that most people are going to want it.
Like,
It is a niche weapon, whatever.
Yeah,
English.
not even that, but I understand alpha testers want to be rewarded for, buying the game, being there from the start, but come on. You
Yeah,
can't.
they weren't there from the start. The game was in demo stages for 6 months.
Okay, from the somewhat start.
Hmm.
But you gotta understand, we can't unbalance the game just because you were there.
Shira?
Really weird. I'm sorry,
Yes.
but
Sure.
I don't
What is this KMM 2000 external model doing here?
What?
Why is there a KM 2000 external model?
What? Where? The stream's behind. I don't see it, and I don't know what you're talking about. Let me see what it is.
KM 2000. I don't know why. We're gonna buff L22. Shut up.
The KM 2000
Bork.
external model. Take a screenshot and show it to me.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh, we fixed a whole bunch of the clips on the crane. It's a minor little thing, but you can no longer clip up to base, and you can't like force your way
shit.
into invisible
Accidentally
walls
rejoined.
anymore. Not too many of them. Thankfully, there's not too many of them, or else we'd have to redo a lot. For highway in particular, since I'm on it, I added this little room, or rather, this room's already been here. I just opened it up again. For the tunnel,
Back, by the way.
still break these lights, and you can still make it a lot darker than it is by default, but can't break these. So you always have some sort of light in here. For King of the Hill, I moved the hill over slightly, so you can no longer capture through this wall. There's still a little bit of a lip there, so I just put cover there because I'm a professional. You can still make this dark over here, but you can't shoot those. So it's still somewhat brighter in here. To backtrack a little bit, I opened up this area a little bit. This has always been open. It's just been locked off a little bit. This has always been this way. There's normally a big brick here that prevents you from going through any of this. I just moved it back. So this tries. I feel like this is gonna hopefully open up this area a little bit. This team on that side has a relatively high variety of where they can go. They can either go that little gap there if they want to be cool, or they can go over there and go out back to the rear, or they can just come up the straight area. This team, however, you spawn up there, you're pretty much stuck here. You have one option, and before this was here, you had here. I'm hoping that by opening up this, I make this a little bit of less a bottleneck while still retaining somewhat of a choke point, even if it's not too difficult now. How close is the airport map being ready? The airport map is ready.
needs a lot of
It's
fixes
ready
to
in
this
terms of physical brick parts. We just need to figure out its ambient lighting. As you probably know, during nighttime the map gets incredibly dark, and that's a problem on my part.
Oh, I might go through and change some stuff in the airport map too.
Oh, please do.
I want to actually see if I can change the flow of the map, because it kind of feels weird playing it right now.
The center of the map does feel a little bit concentrated.
Spawn points are okay on most maps. However, airport, yeah, we do need to fix some spawns. I'm not airport. I mean,
On
the
another topic,
prison map. Yeah.
what happened to the Docks revamp
fish.
map? I was working on it
And then
personally.
this happened.
Yes.
It was all great, all going well. The train cars were to scale realistically. Train cars are pretty damn big. They're a lot bigger than most people think they are. Fortunately, because they were gigantic, people complained this map was off scale. So for the sole purpose of making the map look correct, to them at least, I wanted to scale the cars down. I told Shira to do this, but they never got around to it. And now the map is sitting dead on my hard drive.
I'd love for there to be map ambient stuff, like little light and sound things that are animated that you might even be able to
We
interact
can't
with.
do animated.
Animated, like simple, like beep and
We
rotate.
can't do animated. We can do ambience, we can do sound, we can do some really cool details, but we cannot do animated maps. I have talked to Axis about this, and he is not okay at all.
Yeah, I've talked with him about it before. Like at every time we've asked, he's like, "No, you can't do that." I assume it will
I-
break the engine. So.
I honestly don't blame him. Make the metal
Yeah.
detectors on airport beep when you walk through them. That's not actually a bad idea.
That'd be
I actually
funny.
thought of that before. But
Would it be
once again, Call of
possible
Duty
to
beat
make
us
them
to it.
flash a red light when you run through them?
We can make them go off with
terminal,
an
maybe.
alarm. Talk about equipment. Okay. We got grenade types to
Got our
work.
Twitch mod or
Slightly.
YouTube mod, please.
I have always been. I've been messing around with grenades a lot lately, and I mean a lot, like a lot. I really still cannot get it to work, but it works slightly. In terms of grenades themselves, you're able to equip them and use them differently. You can have different grenades. Unfortunately, in the framework, the way it is set up, you can only have one model for that grenade. So you can have a different model equipped, but if you were to go in game and throw an actual grenade, it would still have the old grenade model, which means it's very difficult and would require a rework of how grenades are handled. I want to do equipment, but again, we can't do anything explosive related or equipment related until Little redoes the framework. Or Axis does it, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think Axis is gonna do it.
Smoke grenades, no thank you. We already talked about grenades. Yeah, we have more knives coming, but
The knives are pretty much one of the few things we can add en masse because it's kind of easy. Just things like guns and animating requires use of things that we don't have access to.
what about that crane knife idea we had, you know?
I still want to do that desperately. I'm still going to do that. For knife skins, I can re-enable knife skins.
Yeah, but do we wait for Axis? You shouldn't have said that.
I don't know.